Jess here with Esthi Bestie and Camille.
Hey guys.
Hope everyone had an awesome week so far. We promised you guys we were going to come to you with charting, face mapping, face charting. I know a lot of you have probably seen these on like Pinterest or, you've Googled, if you break out in the same area, what could be causing it? What am I doing?
Is it correlating to like another organ in your body or
So we're going to start with some of the organs in our body. We know that skin is our largest organ, right? So a lot of times it's trying to tell us what's going on in our body.
Right.
So is something going on in our lungs or our stomach or our colon or something like that. So we're going to cover some of those areas for you guys today.
Of course,
So let's start with the forehead.
Okay. So
what's this telling us?
Typically, our forehead is a very hormonal area.
Yes.
First and foremost. It can also be linked to your digestive system.
Yes.
So if anything's like disrupted in your digestive system, if you've eaten something that like doesn't agree with you, then you can sometimes get a breakout in that area.
And I also feel like forehead can also be, we look for that. Typically, I see if someone's breaking out there a lot, maybe like gluten allergy or something like that, because it is such a food area, if you will, that if you've been eating a lot of gluten or something, or dairy, we know dairy can make you break out anywhere typically, but especially with the forehead, I feel like that's kind of an area that we look to for that.
And if there's inflammation in the body, it's coming out somewhere.
Exactly.
And usually if the inflammation in the digestive system, then your forehead is going to show it.
Right. And now you guys, we should preface this with this isn't always like a guarantee.
Yeah.
This is just kind of an overview of maybe what your organs could be telling you throughout your face, throughout the breakouts. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is though, because forehead could also be hair products, right? I mean, your hair products definitely move, especially for men if they're putting gel in their hair or something around the hairline, that could be that cause too.
Yeah, if people have bangs or if they don't rinse their hair properly, then
and now nobody really washes their hair every day. Women, they use like dry shampoo or all that stuff, so it could be a lot of that. So this isn't necessarily like a guarantee, but it could be something like that. So let's talk about cheeks a little bit. Cheeks tend to be maybe respiratory area, right? Lung area. We talked about when you do like a cardio workout.
Exactly, and you get the flushing. Also, the lower cheek area can also be linked to your colon.
Oh, good to
know.
Okay.
If you're having also like some digestive issues that
or maybe
then
like
turn
irritable
into
bowel or something like
that. Then that can turn into kind of irritation in the lower cheek area.
Okay, and then again, cheeks not just with the organs, but also like more practicality areas.
Your phone,
cell phone, right? And who really cleans? This is something that I think I need to work on myself even.
Me too.
Because we got to clean our phones.
Our phones are gross.
They are gross. And you put, didn't they say, I just read a study, it's like dirtier than a toilet.
Which is disgusting.
Which is so gross. But you think about your phone, all the places you put it. You pump gas, right? Then you go touch your phone, anything like that.
And we touch our phones now with like the finger and like our hands. We're washing our hands, obviously, but we're not constantly all day long washing our hands when we're out and about.
But who wipes their phone down? And now on Amazon, I saw like those phone sanitizers. I'm like, I feel like I should
kind of cool.
That. Yeah,
I know. I think I want to check those out too.
Because I'm like, who really does that? Nobody cleans their phone. So clean your phone. Bottom line. But also could be makeup brushes, right? We put bronzer on our cheek, blush on our cheek, pillowcases. That was the other one I was thinking of.
Pillowcases, yes.
Sometimes do we change our sheets as much as we should? Maybe not. But should we be changing our pillowcase all the time?
All the time.
I say like every 2 or 3 days. Typically.
Really, as much as you can, because you think about your hair is on there, and if you're not washing your hair every day, and then that's on your pillowcase, it's getting on your cheek.
All the oil.
Yeah, so.
And our skin restores so much at night. I don't think people realize how much you sweat at night.
Yeah.
And that's pretty gross when you think about it. If you had like a light to show on your pillowcase, like all the sweat and dirt and oil that's coming off when you're sleeping and doing nothing.
So gross.
Yes, you really need to change your pillowcase. So cheeks could be respiratory, lung, we talked about, or colon down lower, but possibly just maybe lifestyle habits. Could also be affecting your cheeks as well. What are we going to talk about now?
Chin area, also very hormonal.
Yes, very hormonal, you guys. And I think most women know this, right? We tend to get those nice little friends that pop up and same time every month, right? But that also could be, if they're cystic and deeper, that could be telling you more going into maybe your health as a woman, right? Maybe you need to get your hormones checked.
For sure.
A lot of times. Going through menopause or something
exactly.
like that.
Or sometimes, like, during pregnancy, this area can get really congested.
Even down onto the neckline.
Into the neck, yeah.
So that's definitely, I would say that's always hormonal. I think most women know that when they come in and they have the same breakouts. They're like, it's hormonal.
Yeah.
I think we can all know that. But again, touching your face, I always feel like a practical suggestion.
Yeah.
We lean on our,
we do.
And we always like
when you're driving, I feel like you just touch your face and it's
you're like mindlessly just zoning out and you touch your face. Put your hands down, people.
Get them
Keep
down.
them down. I'm trying to think. Oh, under the eye. We didn't talk about that.
Right. So that could be like kidneys, just like your filtration system in your body, liver, making sure your body's processing things well.
Because of detoxing. I always think when our circles are really dark, granted that can be inherited or genetic, right?
Exactly.
But that also could be like our body trying to tell us we need to do a little bit of a detox.
Yeah.
Purge all the nice, that dark stuff out, which will help. A cleanse, juice cleanse.
Sometimes, like, when your, like, lymph gets a little stagnant in that area, you get, like, the puffiness, too. Yes. So it is just, like, something that needs to be kind of cleansed. And
allergies can cause it, too.
Allergies, yep.
Allergies can cause it. So.
And then, nose.
Yes, nose.
This was actually interesting to me because...
Yeah, you had a personal experience with this.
Yeah, so, nose is linked to the heart. And actually, my brother would always get... a spot right there on his nose, and then he had like a blood pressure thing that like was sort of correlated right after that too. So crazy. Yeah, it's good to just check, and that doesn't always mean that like there's something going on with your blood pressure, but it can mean that.
Yeah,
so,
well, especially if you get a reoccurring. I think some of these areas, it's like, is it coming back? Yeah. And you said he'd had it for a little bit, or it would come and go.
Exactly.
So that's when I think we want to pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, because if you get a random breakout, this isn't necessarily, I wouldn't Google this and be like, oh my gosh, this is linked to my colon.
It's like when you go on like WebMD and you think you're dying. You're not.
It instantly takes you that road. You're not dying. But if you are consistently getting the same breakout, like if he was getting one on his nose, which is random, and then he ended up having a blood pressure issue, then that definitely could be linked together.
For sure.
So, but sometimes too, it's just practical lifestyle changes that you might want to make in those areas. You know, forehead, you might want to put your bangs back at night. I always tell my clients with, you know, bangs, you got to put them back at night. So cheeks, clean your phones. Jawline, don't touch your face. Yep. You know, all those little tips and tricks.
And you mentioned makeup brushes, but like really we should be cleaning our makeup brushes so frequently because they really can like harbor bacteria really easily.
And I know it's one more thing to do. Like it's hard because it's one more thing, but really once a week, I feel like your makeup brushes should be cleaned.
Yeah, and guess what? One more thing to do is after you don't clean them is that then you have to deal with the breakouts that you have.
So then you spend an hour trying to cover the breakouts. So it's really just a vicious cycle. So clean your makeup brushes. Is the moral of that story. But this face mapping has been around a long time. I think people recognize there's like Chinese face mapping, which is, I feel like, where it started. Exactly. And then since then it's kind of broken down. And we always, as women, I feel like, and men, we want answers, right? So if we get the same breakout, we're like, well, there's got to be a reason. We're going to Google it. Right. So this isn't necessarily an end all, but I also feel like it's a good place to start. And your esthetician will help you with that.
When people come in with a breakout, it's like, okay, well, we can kind of narrow it down that way where we can like talk about food changes, diet changes, like has anything been different in your routine? And it helps us to just kind of like hone in on what the problem is so that we can help and fix it.
And clear you up. Yeah. Make you look beautiful and confident again.
Yeah. So we were talking about our next segment. We really want some input from you guys. So what we're going to do, I know.
Bring it. We're ready.
What we're going to do is we're going to post on our Instagram. So go to the Esthetics Center on Instagram. And we're going to ask you what you want to see from us next time.
What do you want to see, guys?
What do we want to talk about?
What do you want us to talk about? It could be skin. It could be like personal. It could be anything. Whatever you want us to talk about, we are game.
Yeah, so
we want to do some research, so challenge us, guys. What haven't we talked about? Okay, we look forward to seeing you all next week.
We'll see you then.
Bye from Bestie Bestie.
Bye.